What's up, Ned Heads, and welcome back to another episode of the Ned's Declassified podcast. As always, you got your two hosts here, your boys in the nation, Jacob and Kirk.
Jacob and Kirk, Kirk and Jacob.
Here
in life, IRL.
We're in real life. Kirk was able to come down this weekend.
Moving down here.
Yeah.
Becoming a real harbor boy.
Exactly, yeah.
Yet once again.
Hopefully you can, harsh zoom into that.
That'd be cool. We got this hat. I don't
know if it's been seen on the podcast before. I wore mine to Busch Gardens today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you got to. I wear that hat all the time.
It's a nice white hat.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at my house in my living room. Hopefully the lighting doesn't look too crazy.
No, I think it's nice. It's ambient,
yeah.
But it's also semi-professional.
Yeah. You think so?
Natural. It's natural lighting. That's the word.
Yeah, we're but yeah, what are you drinking there? You got the some
right now
Express?
It's the Stone Tangerine Express Hazy IPA from I don't know where it's from. Where
Stone, I guess. Those are ones that Will brought over one time.
Stone Brewing. Oh, it's from California. No, it's from. Oh, they have one location in California and one location in Virginia, apparently.
Those are two interesting places to have.
Yeah, according to the can. But before that, I had the one from, that was a place in St. Pete.
Big Storm.
Yeah, Big Storm, right?
Yeah.
And that was an Oktoberfest, and that was very good. I do like the Oktoberfest more than this, just because I'm more partial to that type of beer versus.
You could have had the other one. I think
hazy
there was
IPA.
another one in there.
I could have, but I wanted to try something different.
You wanted the branch.
It's nice to try different things sometimes.
Test the collection.
Yeah, I'm always like to try new things, but
I've got the orange wheat from St. Pete Brewing Company. It's pretty good, pretty smooth, juicy, I would say.
Yeah, there's a lot of good breweries around this area for sure.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones you can go to. But yeah, today we watched Spring Fever / School Newspaper.
I might say it's a little bit of a disappointing episode, especially compared to last.
You're not
week.
wrong. You're not wrong.
It's like this is like coming down off a goddamn MDMA high. This is a crash or something.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't even really know why. You'd think they'd have a ton of stuff to write about and is going on. At least there's some stuff in the first half that's connected, to the overarching plot of the series. But in the second part, that's a straight up bottle episode. There ain't nothing connected in it.
Yeah, you're right. And even in the first half, it's very loose. It's very loose connections.
Yeah.
I feel like Ned has forgotten the moment of clarity, the moment of beauty that he had with Mose, the kiss, the fireworks, all that shit's out of his head, gone, far away.
Yeah, no, they made him completely forget. They made his character aloof to the situation, which he has been enlightened by this situation before. It's not like he doesn't know about it, He's had these talks with Chop Saw in the past.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mose asked him, did you feel that? He goes, yeah.
He's not being real.
With himself? With anybody?
It's hard to say.
He might be a sociopath.
He might be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Cookie's still pursuing Lisa.
Yeah,
Lisa's gone. We'll get into it. Spring.
Yeah.
Spring fever.
Everybody
spring
knows
cleaning.
Spring. The pollen is falling like crazy.
Pollen falling.
Yeah, fallen pollen. Everybody wants to clean. Everybody wants to go outside to see the only sunshine they've seen in months. Even though they're in California, so does it even get cloudy there during the winter?
That's that ain't real winter. They don't know what winter is.
Yeah, I feel like
in the beginning of the episode, the whole school is frozen over like an ice cube, though.
And they're in the greater Sacramento area, right? Or no, they're in the greater... Fuck.
Well, we don't know how far they are from Sacramento.
What area were they going to get? Weren't they in the greater
they might be
San Fernando Valley?
They might be in the Bay, the San Francisco Bay?
They were in the San Francisco area.
Or maybe they're in San Diego. They're not in San Diego.
No, they're not in San Diego. That's Drake and Josh.
That is Drake and Josh, where you can wear a nice, cool, sweet jacket at night, but in the day it's beautiful.
Yeah, well, it's a desert. Also in Drake and Josh, one of the episodes, they take a flight to LA. Who flies from San Diego to LA? Isn't it an hour drive?
I don't know, is it?
I think it's like an hour or 2 hours. Why would you take a flight?
Well, she wasn't supposed to fly to L.A.
I
She
know.
was supposed to go somewhere else.
But the fact that the flight exists is crazy to me. It's such a short flight.
I mean, people fly from Gainesville to like Miami or Gainesville to.
That's far though. Gainesville
That
to
is
Miami is a
far.
5-hour drive.
That is far. Well, with traffic in L.A., it might be close to that now.
L.A. You know.
I don't know.
I never been.
But yeah, it goes winter to spring. You see like the sequence of things. It reminded me of that, that very quick scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail where there's like the seasons happening.
Yes.
It's like it went from spring, it skipped summer and straight on into autumn. Or whatever.
Yeah. Isn't that what they say too?
Something like that. Yeah. It reminded me of that for some reason.
That's a great sequence, man. Great fucking movie.
I know. I haven't watched it in a while.
I feel like it's crazy to me that I love that movie so much and I think it's so funny. And then like their other content I do not like. Like I wasn't into Life of Brian. It was okay.
Yeah.
There's like a couple good scenes. And Meaning of Life was fucking really hard to get into. Like I remember the first time I put it on, I like turned it off. I was like during the first skit, I was like, I'm not in the mood for this. And then I finally went back and watched it, and I was just like, what was that? It was just all random ass nonsense skits.
Yeah. I think that's about right. I mean, I actually do still have the DVD box set of the whole show.
The
just
Flying Circus?
Away. Yeah.
I never seen it.
It's like 7 or 8 DVDs worth of shit that I bought on like a whim one day from eBay like years and years and years ago. But some of the skits are good. It's like any skit thing. It's like most of them are not going to be that good. Some of them are pretty funny.
Yeah.
The funny ones you've probably maybe seen or like on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, I mean they have like the Ministry of Silly Walking or whatever, right? That's one of their skits, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one. There's the one where like there's the dead parrot and the guy's like the parrot's dead and he says it like a bunch of different ways.
Does A Fish Called Wanda count as one of their things? Or not?
I think it depends who you ask.
Because then you gotta ask yourself, like, are you considering like all of Terry Gilliam's work?
Yeah,
it's not.
Brazil?
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Shout out the Brazil episode of Show Me Something.
Yeah, great episode, great movie.
I wish I was on it. But
even though every time I feel like I bring something, I'm a little bit disappointed in the reactions I get. Even though I'm the one that usually is bringing like known classics in quotes,
Sometimes.
It's disheartening.
Sometimes you're bringing like...
Check out the Show Me Something podcast.
Sometimes you're bringing downer stuff about Native Americans or whatever.
What are you talking about? What the hell did I bring?
That one with what was it called?
I don't know.
Wasn't there?
Wind River?
Yeah.
Oh, Wind River's a great movie.
I haven't seen it.
That one, yeah, I guess that one would not be one that follows that same through line. But I showed them fucking Goodfellas and like Halloween.
They were like, Goodfellas is all right.
No, they said that about Halloween. They did.
Okay.
Will didn't like Halloween. He actively disliked it, which is a shocking statement.
He couldn't see the forest for the trees. Maybe he's only seen like the iterations, like the things influenced by it. So it's like the original thing is hard to appreciate at that point.
Waters it down.
It's a shame though. What can you do? Yeah, but he goes cleaning. Maybe you can clean. Tip. Also, here's the real tip. Ask your teacher to have class outside during the springtime.
Yeah. Do you remember any outside classes?
Oddly enough, I think I do kind of remember. Like we would in Catskill, we had there was like a little nature area, like trail thing that was like right outside the school. So we did kind of walk through there, like once or twice, and like you kind of like you pick up a log or something, you like go, oh, there's some shit under there, like
Yeah, there's some poisonous shit under there.
Some horrible bugs or something.
Yeah, I remember having a couple of outside classes. I remember one in middle school. We went outside in a science class. We were talking about like, I don't remember what it was about, but I remember we had magnifying glasses, and I remember I burned a hole in my shoe.
Holy shit! How hot was it?
Well, it was pretty hot. I mean, you just get the sun and you direct it, and I just did it on the rubber part of my shoe, like the.
How long did it take to burn it?
Didn't take that long. It was hot out.
Wow.
Yeah, so I burned a tiny little hole in the sole of my shoe.
I don't think I've ever burned anything
I was
with
a jackass middle schooler.
Sun.
What are you gonna do?
I don't think I ever did that. I might have tried, but I don't think I ever got anywhere with it.
And then the only other outside classes I can remember is like because we're not counting gym or PE or whatever. Is that world religions class in like high school? Did you ever take that?
I took
forget what her
philosophy
name was.
with
I feel like I used to call her by her first name. I'm pretty sure her first name was Renee. I used to call
yes,
her by her
Renee.
first name.
Dragutsis.
I do not. Oh, yes. Yeah, she taught world religions and like psychology and stuff. I took them both. She was a great teacher. She was
I
very
only
nice.
took this. Yeah, psychology, not philosophy. It was psychology.
And then
We did
so
collages at one point in psychology.
we did all sorts of stuff. We did like meditation.
It was
stuff.
basically art class.
It was great. She did a great job, I think, with the curriculum. I don't even know if there was a curriculum, honestly, but we went on.
It
on
wasn't
like
Common Core.
We went on like we went on like the nature trail that is at the high school. So it's just like my parents' backyard, basically. Yeah,
under the other side of the fence.
So we went around and we did that trail, and I was like, I walk these every day. I was like, these are my woods. I would tell people that.
You like, I watched the joggers from the running club. Or
yeah,
whatever.
and I hassle them.
I throw tomatoes at them.
I should.
Crubbs is against springtime. He's against sun. He's against outside class, and he locks the school. He does an indoor lockdown. Like he's like nobody's allowed to leave.
Well, to be fair on his part, he said that last year or whatever, kids left, and then they didn't come
Wasn't
back
it just
for like
9
weeks.
kids though?
Yeah, it was still a bunch of kids. They were AFK. They were gone.
Those kids were probably gonna do that anyway.
They were living with the wolves.
I mean, like we always talk about truancy. I mean, Loomer's truant. He's got to be truant all the time.
Truant.
He's just talking about truant kids playing hooky.
Well, I think it was Coconut Head. It was the one kid. Was the kid or
Coconut
one of them?
Head is a good egg, and that's surprising.
But he needs the vitamin D. I think he really gets juiced up off of it.
He must really have spring fever.
Well, I think he has seasonal depression up the wahoo.
He has seasonal depression. He has vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah, insanely deficient.
His bones are brittle.
Like a bird.
Hollow. Yeah. Lisa's got a waiting list of men.
Yeah, she does. She's got suitors. She always does.
She is a fucking...
And you know whose turn it finally is? It's Cook.
Simon Nelson Cook.
It's Cook's turn. But he doesn't take full advantage.
Well, the thing is, springtime really fucks up Lisa's whole shit. All right, so she reverts basically almost 100% back to pre-season 3 Lisa.
Yes.
Nose running.
Pre-season 2, right? Wasn't it only one season she was fucked up?
Was it season? I thought it was
Netheads in the Nation.
If I remember correctly, it was
off.
It was season 2. She does the motorcycle thing, and then she comes back and kind of is herself. Yeah, and then season 3 is when she fully has her awakening.
Yeah, her resurrection.
And becomes hot Lisa.
Yeah.
We'll call her.
Lisa Resurrection.
Lisa 3.0.
Yeah,
but no, she's fully nose running. She's got her glasses back on. Disgusting. Pure disgust.
Yeah, well, they keep doing those close-up shots of her mouth, which is a classic shot. Like,
she's got
when you're trying to show that somebody's disgusting, you take a classic close-up shot, like really intensely close-up of their mouth, and everybody looks disgusting that way.
True, but like it's wet with mucus that's just running constantly out of her nose.
Yeah.
She claims it's allergies. I think she's probably got a full cold, but
Yeah. An early strand of cove, perhaps.
She might be the patient zero
that everyone's been looking for.
Yeah.
Everyone's been hunting down.
But yeah, Lisa's basically like a timeshare. She is a timeshare for nerds.
Yes. I truly do not understand the situation. Like,
it's weird.
Like, why does she put up with all these people? I don't understand.
She's like, I'll pencil you in.
She can't say no, I guess.
She's like, you're going to get like, we'll call it a 3-hour block of hang time, which unfortunately Cook does get screwed on.
Yeah.
Let's be real. He does get screwed out of that.
I think a handy is involved every time, no?
I mean, she's jerked off every kid in the school by the end of the episode.
30, 40 kids? Dude, I feel like the weird part is that she seems to like Simon Nelson Cook, but she's still giving time of day to these other nerds.
Exactly.
These nerds that you've never seen in your life.
Everybody's like treated equally to her.
She's a communist.
She's a communist with her hands. But she said the pollen counts. She's like, the pollen counts very high. And she does her whole
that's
fucking
good
thing.
audio. She's got the vest back on, like a knitted vest. It's like something you couldn't find that anywhere.
She claims it's hypoallergenic.
Do you think it is?
It might be made out of like hairless cat fuzz. And
what does that even mean?
It's made out of some hypoallergenic. Maybe it's nylon. It might just be fully synthetic.
It didn't look like nylon.
They're getting pretty good with it.
They are getting good with nylon.
It's like synthetic nylon made to look like the shittiest wool you've ever seen in your life.
Like the fucking shit yarn.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally it just looks like something that she made from like a bunch of craft supplies that she got from like Joann Fabrics.
Yeah, or her nana made it or something.
Shout out Joann's. Or Michael's, maybe?
She's a Michael's girl.
Are those regional? Are those around?
No, they're both in Florida. Both of them.
Yeah, I know, but are those around the states?
I think they're like Best Buy,
Around
Guitar
the world?
Center. I think they're multinational. Maybe not. What does multinational mean? Does that mean you're in multiple nations?
Multinational sounds fucked up to me for some reason.
It's a
Like
word.
you're a spy or something.
Well, sure. But yeah, no. I mean, Mose is conflicted. She's still in a relationship with Fayman. So
Yes,
she's still with Fayman in like a half-hearted kind of a way.
he's still with Mose, I would say.
He's wholehearted.
I don't know
with
if
Mose.
she's with Fayman.
That's the sad thing.
That is the saddest part, honestly.
But because Mose's heart at this point is to Ned.
Yeah, but she's being disheartened by the things she sees and because Ned has completely forgotten anything happened.
Can you blame her? Disheartened about wait, what is she disheartened about, you mean?
About just the, like, Ned putting forth no thought into what happened.
Ned is fully back on, like, I got to get the tips for the kids. It's springtime. Let's figure
Well,
this
he's
out.
a tipster. We've said it time and time again. He's a mop-headed tipster.
That's the price you pay to be with Ned. Sometimes you take the back burner for the tips.
He's a hustler.
You got to understand the man's a businessman. He's
He's
a business
First and
man.
foremost, one of the greatest Jay-Z lines of all time. I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
Also, I love, you can't see it on camera, but my TV's behind, and I love that the thing that keeps being advertised is the movie My Girl from the 90s with a baby little Macaulay Culkin,
Yeah,
which
it is
I've
Macaulay.
watched that movie. I wonder if that's why it's advertising, but like, why is it continuing to advertise it to me?
And the show Teen Wolf.
Well, I've never seen that show, and I don't plan on watching it. I do want to watch the original, like the 80s Teen Wolf.
Yeah, with
Michael J. Fox.
With Michael J.
Yeah. It's got really bad reviews, but like, it's supposed to be a classic.
It's
How
got to
can
be
it not
classic. There's no way it's not classic.
My Girl was good. It was
he rides
sad
on the
as
top of a
fuck.
car.
I see. I don't know anything about it.
I haven't seen it. I've seen some stills and.
Dude, my watch list has filled up like a motherfucker. The thing is never going to end.
Mhm. We started our watch lists on IMDb
I know, and then
more
I
than
didn't,
10 years ago.
and then I didn't touch it for like 8 years, and now I'm adding
Yeah.
stuff to it again. But then there's still all that old shit on there, and I've actually
yeah.
watched a couple of them.
Right.
I was like, I should do this.
Hell
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, I mean that's what it's for. It's the long game.
It truly is the long game.
Some people are on the app Letterboxd. I'm like, what?
I'm on Letterboxd now.
Oh yeah, what is the difference between that and IMDb?
It's well, the rating feels good, but it's source wise way worse than IMDb's.
What do you mean source wise?
Like, you're not getting nearly as much information as you get on IMDb.
Oh well, that's the beauty of IMDb is you can
Yeah.
find anything out about the movie almost that you want.
It's cool because like you can see on Letterboxd like what your friends are watching and what they're rating.
It's
and
more
stuff.
like a social media.
Yeah,
app
it's
than
social media. Yeah,
Okay.
and it easily tracks how many movies you've watched through the year, which is nice.
It's like
Like we used to do it manually on WordPress.
yeah, it's like Goodreads.
Yeah,
Except for
it's exactly that. Yeah,
okay.
it's just niche because film bros love it.
Yeah. Was Ned in? Was that like study hall that Ned was in with the dude with the 5 o'clock shadow teacher?
That definitely was study hall, but wasn't Mr. Lowe the guy that did that before? You know, Mr. Lowe,
Mr. Lowe.
that disgusting chainsaw. Remember the circular saw you fucking hated?
It's sick. I hate
It's disgusting. It's plastic.
Piece of crap.
One of the greatest monologues on the show that's ever happened.
And then it loses its mind and tries to kill him.
Yeah, that was such a good episode, man. And I pine for those days because this episode was
goes my
lacking.
girl
There
again.
goes my girl again. I wish we had a shot like of the TV.
Yeah.
That's really a shame. Hopefully you can superimpose a My Girl poster on the video. That'd be good.
I don't know.
So people can know it.
But yeah, I assume there's got to be multiple study hall teachers. I mean, there's so many kids that need to study. Nobody's studying.
Do people study in study hall? I
Only losers.
never had study hall.
You play balloons? Tower defense.
Yeah, I have balloons on my computer. I own it.
You see, like, you just type shit and see if you see if the proxy's gonna block the porn.
Yeah,
that you're
cool
looking
math
at.
games. I remember that was a good one.
Sometimes you bring up porn.
See,
go,
some,
shit, and
Some
then you
people do
get out
that.
of
Yeah,
there.
because there's no firewall somehow.
Sometimes there is a firewall. It's very particular and random and choosy.
It's loose.
It's loose as a goose.
Somehow the firewall because I assume you're referencing the Jeremy story.
I'm also talking about my own personal
Oh,
experience.
you
in
did? You
seventh
tried
grade.
that too?
Not me, but like I was there with it, and it was the laptops. Like they bring out, the laptop cart.
Yeah. We had that in photography in high school too. They brought out it was like a bunch of Macs. Like where the fuck did they get all these Macs?
They weren't
from?
Macs in Catskill Elementary, but
Catskill didn't have a funding.
I mean,
You were out in the sticks, the boonies. I don't
true.
actually know.
It's true. Well, more or less, it's true. They go into the ducks again this episode. Gordy helps
You have
Ned
to have a duck
because
shot.
Missy is in heat for Ned yet again.
She
constantly.
is that. Yeah, but they were pitching that as a spring thing.
They were because she's like, I want a spring kiss, Ned.
What is that?
It's not a thing.
I
New Year's
always
kisses.
pictured winter as more of a time when you're like
Mistletoe.
you have a no, but you have what is it called?
You have winter heat.
No, you have like a person you like like a winter fling. Like I guess spring flings are a thing too, but that's like a dance. But like
Yeah.
you have like you have like a person you hang out with winter and because it's cold, you want to be close to someone, right? That's like the whole thing.
I mean, that makes sense, but like,
Fire. That's
Again-
why so
again,
many
it do-
babies are made in the winter.
or when there's blackouts.
Yeah. Or what they thought was going to happen during COVID, and instead nobody had any babies during COVID.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, Missy just wants to fucking kiss Ned. She wants to lick Ned. She wants to maybe suck Ned.
I think that
I don't
maybe.
know. Ned
Yeah.
doesn't want that though.
No.
But he also doesn't want Mose at this point either. Ned is absolutely.
Ned's not focused on that.
He's fucking got his mind on the goddamn task at hand, which is
on the
getting,
vitamin D, and I'm not talking about his D. I'm talking about the sun.
True. He's trying to get the kids D. Sunny D.
Man, imagine if he just had a fucking jug of Sunny D.
They open the fridge. He's like, the Sunny D.
That would have been great. That would have been so topical of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if people
I think
drink
that
Sunny
was
D.
a commercial for Sunny D.
Gotta get some Sunny D. I don't think I've ever had it in my life.
But to escape Missy, Gordy, Ned goes to Gordy in the closet. Very brief Gordy appearance in this episode.
Yeah, and it was lacking, I would say. I mean, there was some good to it, like he did like a half-hearted reach when Ned was being pulled back into the ducks,
Yeah, it was mediocre. He didn't have any good one-liners. He didn't have any.
No zingers.
But yeah, so Ned tries to escape Missy in the ducks. Lo and behold, Missy's in the ducks. They come up.
How'd she get up there?
He comes around the corner. She's in there. It's like Die Hard. She knows how to do that.
But how did she get up there?
On her own. Do you
She
need
got
help?
They
They go in the ducks constantly. That's
but-
one of the main things on the Ned Declassified drinking game is anytime they go in the ducks, you take one to the dome.
Yeah, but Ned had help to get into the ducks.
Do they usually have help to get into the ducks? Though, is my
Every
question.
time. They always go through. The starting point is always the janitor closet.
Fair enough.
Gordy's fucking cabin that he has in the school.
Is that always where they start?
I think so. I don't know.
There's got to be multiple entryways.
I think they crash. Well, yeah, there's definitely multiple entryways because they crash out of multiple areas.
There's parts of the
And
ducks.
it's a duct, so like there are vents everywhere.
There's like weak spots that you find.
Well, I mean, as we see in the next episode, the school is not being kept up. The funding has been slashed and dashed.
It's true. Yeah. We will get to that.
Man, what is this episode even about?
It's Lisa's got mucus. Chop saw comes into play.
I feel like talking about it. I'm gonna give it a worse rating than I came in with.
Dude, I didn't rate. I actually don't write a rating.
I don't either. No rating.
Sometimes I do, but I didn't write a rating
Nothing.
down. I typically don't write a rating down until after we've discussed the
Yeah.
episode. But
You have to.
I mean, Chop Saw's there. He's like, Mose, you're cleaning
Yeah.
to avoid to make a decision between which freaking man you want to be with.
You hear the music. And the only reason he even does this is because Mose is kind of pissing him off how much she's cleaning. He likes the wood shop a little bit dirty.
He's got sawdust all on his shoulders. He's got to wipe
Like
that,
dandruff.
get that dust off your shoulders.
Well, she's got like a little brush. She's trying to get it off. She also comes in with a leaf blower.
Yeah, she ends up trying to clean the whole chop saw or the whole
Wood shop.
wood shop chop saw
Chop
class.
shop wood shop.
Yeah.
And that's when he confronts her and is like, why don't you talk to these two guys and let them know what you're thinking?
Be real with them. Maybe have a threesome.
I don't even know if talking to them is even the right move. She just needs to make a decision and go for it, I think.
Well, first of all, we already know Fayman's a gosh darn just pathological liar.
Yeah.
That's been established.
Yeah.
You can't take that away. You can't
established.
unwrite that. It's like now, what, he's a good guy now?
No, it's canon. Because it was established in the episode.
But I feel like this episode, they're trying to portray him as like he's just a good guy. He's like, hey,
Fayman!
Mose, hey!
Yeah, no.
Let me be with you. And she always she like opens the locker in his face. She's like, I gotta clean my locker.
She's like, my locker's really dirty.
She actually sprays him with bleach in the eyes.
Yeah.
She blinds him. He's like,
She almost kills him, I think.
I mean, he was really affected by it.
He had to go to one of those
it was Windex,
like
at least.
science classes when it was the eye cleaning
Yeah.
machine. He had to go to one of those.
He takes the whole shower and pours water
Like
on
it happened to Drake and Josh when Drake had to go into the shower.
Yeah. That's a classic setup.
I never saw one of those like
Used?
things in action in real life though.
That's a good thing. That's because you were practicing safe labs.
Yeah, but they had like it was crazy because like
Shoot
they
you
had
right
the
at
things
your
that directly pointed right at your eyes. You just place your eyes there. It just bashes them. I don't even know how you'd keep your eyes open. You'd have to hold them open. But
God, imagine having to use that though. That'd be terrifying.
yeah, because at that point you know that something horrible has happened and you could lose your vision.
Damn.
How do they trust kids with those kind of chemicals?
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, especially like young kids,
Any kids.
college kids, even.
Kids, period.
I mean, when we were freshmen in college, we didn't know what we were doing. You were in,
I didn't take a single science. Well, I took science classes at SPC, but
yeah.
not.
They must have had the same setup though.
They did, but I took biology and then geology.
You're not doing labs with chemicals.
I
in those
I
classes.
took the lab for geology and it was rocks. So
You like clock open. A
yeah,
little geo
and I
or
was
something?
my lab partner was like this 45-year-old woman.
Which class was it that Ked fainted in?
I fainted in that class.
Oh, you. Why did I? Think
That was
it
in
Ked?
biology.
Damn. Oh, so it was biology.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm a fainter.
I've fainted before. Well, I must have fainted, but I've come close to. But
I fainted twice in my life. The first time was the first time I ever got my blood drawn, and I got up too quick. And then the second time was in that biology class.
what was the
It was a
topic
lecture.
at
It
hand?
was about blood.
Oh, it was okay. Huh.
Now I'm much better. I know. I can read my body better, than when I was when I was a child. Pip's
I got the
afraid of the
cat here.
rain. It's raining right now.
You gonna talk?
He doesn't.
Oh.
He doesn't talk on command.
All right.
He says, "Cork, I'm trying to hide from the rain."
Yeah. Ned disguises himself as a lunch man, which is like a weird hippie, like disguise.
I love that his disguises always like lean towards 70s, like
Yeah.
70s dirtbag.
Yeah. With a like a weird mustache and
It's
always
gotta have-
aviators to
Yeah.
disguise because they take up half of your face.
Yeah, I mean it's a clean look every single time. I think it's a better look than he's ever had normally.
Yeah, for sure. But he dons this to try and escape into the outside. He's just trying to get some freaking sun.
Mhm.
He's trying to get his tan on. He's trying to get his D on.
Trying to get his grind on.
Yeah. But lo and behold, Missy,
Yeah,
almost an identical disguise. Even
hers
with,
is a little bit different.
It's a little bit-
shorter hair. I don't think she actually put a wig on. I think she just put her hair up, but she had the mustache.
well, why did she decide to go cross-dressing with it? I don't know.
You have to.
Ned didn't.
But a mustache is the ultimate way to disguise.
That is the most stereotypical way to say I'm in a disguise.
Yeah, if you have a mustache on, you're no longer who you were without a mustache.
What would we do?
I'd have to shave, I guess.
Or put on you'd have
I
to
don't-
put a more ridiculous mustache over.
Put a wig on. I couldn't be a mustache. I've had a mustache.
No,
for
you
like
have to
the
have a
past,
more
like,
ridiculous looking
a more
mustache. A bigger one.
Like what's that guy's name? The guy that always plays a cowboy.
Fu Manchu.
No, I'm thinking the guy that's in the end of the Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah, Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
I'd have to have a Sam Elliott style mustache where it's enormous, covers my mouth.
Yep. Chop. So Moses talking to Chops. He actually calls Ned the goofy mop-headed one. And
He is.
He's like, it's between the goofy mop-headed one and the foreign one.
Yeah. And there was some vitriol in his throat when he
The
said
foreign one.
that. You could see the like Chinese flag was starting to fucking come in behind him.
He has a birdhouse obsession too. He discusses his own personal like way of coping with, I guess, choosing which suitor to pursue.
Yes.
He was like, I'm paying.
It was a wood analogy. It always is.
I had to make a bunch of birdhouses out of different types of wood.
It's like I had a cedar one.
I never used Brazilian rosewood though.
But he wants to. He should.
No, well, because
He named basic
Fayman's
wood.
Brazilian.
Yeah, I know, but to be fair, he named a lot of basic woods.
Maple,
Pine.
poplar.
He didn't even say pine. He
No,
didn't even say
I don't
that.
know. I don't remember what he said.
He said all the basic ones.
But then he gives advice to Fayman. Actually, Fayman comes. How does Fayman even come to Chops?
Because he knows Mose lives there.
He knows Moses.
He knows that's Moses' apartment.
Moses in too deep with Chopsaw already.
Yeah.
He's
So
like,
he's
he's like, help me. Why is this girl so? Mm,
No, he's basically just runs in there and says, "Where's Mose?"
where's Mose?
And then Chopsaw's like, "Listen, your kisses stink.
Yeah,
You need to.
you got to get better at kissing.
Yeah, do some
Foreigner.
lip ups."
Do some lip ups. And that reminded me. I don't know if you ever watched the Tenacious D Pick a Destiny movie.
A long time ago.
They do the dick ups. It's like dick push-ups, which is like the same thing he's doing with his
Yeah.
lips.
That's a good joke, you know. Who took it from who though, you know?
I don't know. I think that I think
What
that
came out first? This came out in
I think the
2007.
Tenacious D movie came out first. I think that's like
That was like 2005.
2001. I think. Almost.
No. 2001, you think?
It's early. It's early. JB.
Yeah.
Jables.
Any of you Tenacious D heads out there, which I assume there's a lot of them, sound off.
Yeah. So he's going up against a locker and he's putting his lips against the disgusting locker. Ew.
Horrible, disgusting nonsense.
Hopefully he Lysoled that
He
shit.
didn't.
But he's using only just his lips to push his body
Yeah.
off against the
I mean,
locker.
it's impressive.
It is unreal.
Lip strength.
How long do you think it took? I mean, his lips are going to be just
Be sore.
so sore.
What even?
He's probably going to get a cold sore.
Yeah, for sure. Are those muscles you can really make stronger? I don't even know.
Not that way. You got to start, like, he'd have to, like, lie on his back and, like, just put, like, a very light weight on his lip and build up from there.
That's such a ridiculous thing to do.
It's like because now people just get lip injections. That's very common.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we should get some. We do like a wings and things, but instead of eating food, we get lip injections.
And then we go get like the IV like vitamins, and we're just sitting
We just
there.
do all sorts of weird shit like that. That'd be good.
What else happened?
Hopefully,
here?
Pip is in shot here.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
I don't know what the frame looked like anymore. I don't remember.
Cookie actually admits, "All right, I'm shallow."
He admits defeat.
He says he admits that he's shallow because Lisa, not as fine as she used to be, in his eyes.
Well,
And it's not about her core personality, but he has a little conversation with
he
Mose.
doesn't give a fuck about her personality.
No,
Cookie
no.
is the worst person. He sometimes really is just so bad.
That's the robot in him. He's feelingless.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe that's part of it. But yeah, Mose is like, think about it. What would Lisa do for you? And he has a cool, like, mind trip.
Yeah.
She builds him a huge cake. She one punches out the whole bully crew.
All three of them, and there's like a sound of like bowling pins being knocked over.
Yeah, so Cookie's getting beat up in the dream, and then she comes up. And at first I thought it was real, and then it,
Yeah.
comes back.
Wasn't there another thing too? She carries him flying like Superman.
the most ridiculous one of all.
That's how they give it away, because they're like, at this point, we kind of need to let people know.
He's like, all right, she didn't do those things, but she would if I deserved them. he has a real moment.
And he doesn't
with
deserve
himself.
them.
He knows he doesn't though. That's the key. At least he realizes.
That's how he knows.
That's how he knows he's a piece of scum shit.
Don't let this get away from the fact that Cookie's is the greatest character in the show. I don't want to mix that up. I know there were some conversations last episode about tiers of characters. I still disagree with Will's tier list.
True, but that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah. We'll have to do a tier list episode.
We'll have to do a quad pod tier list.
That'd be great. We tier list like even all the minor characters.
Yeah.
Randy Jackson is S tier.
People that fucking Will doesn't even know who it is.
They've never seen them in their lives.
Yeah. But basically, before the end of the episode, she says her mom came. She brought my new allergy medicine and some clothes.
Yeah.
Sniffles no more or some shit she says. But basically, she's completely.
Is that what she says?
She says
she gives
allergies no more. Maybe that's what it is. Was that the name of the brand? I don't think that was the name of
Claritin D?
Claritin D. She like holds it to the camera. It's like Wayne's World.
Zyrtec, is that one?
Yeah,
or is that
Zyrtec?
something else?
No, Zyrtec is allergy.
That's allergies too?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two that I know.
Mucinex.
Oh, yeah, Mucinex,
DM.
yeah. It's got
That's
those.
not allergy medicine. That's like more like.
I remember the commercials, though,
that's
the
an
booger guys.
Yeah. That's to help you release. But yeah, she doesn't have, she also, contacts I brought? Because she doesn't have glasses anymore.
Yeah, I don't understand how that. She also fixed her hair.
Her hair did get a little bit more did.
Yeah, why though? What's that have to do with allergies?
Allergies are a motherfucker.
I remember.
But yeah, Cookie's like, you're hot again. Wow.
Yeah.
But just as that happens, just as quick as it began.
Time's up, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The bell rings.
And
sixth period over.
Like clockwork, a horde of horny nerds appear. And they're like, your time's up, Cookie. Get the fuck out of here.
A couple of them I've literally never seen before.
These are random ass fucking people.
Like usually it's at least like headlined by someone you've seen before, like Corley or something.
Corley is one of the
Corley,
ones.
aka bad friend, bro. If you know that Cookie's trying to become a suitor.
All fair in love and war, Corley says.
Yeah, Corley.
He's like, may the best man win the goddamn puss.
He's chowing down on whatever those snacks were that they had to bring him when he was the informant. Not the informant in the next episode, but
I don't remember what they were.
I think this is pretty much the end of that episode. I mean,
Crubbs comes back in. He goes, I smell the fever. They do the gig or the gag where he's a
cardboard cutout,
a sticker flattened out on the ground.
Yeah, he's a fat head on the ground.
He's trampled. Though they did have the hard hat next to it, which was nice.
It's because they agree to have an outside class. Mr. Sweeney does.
Mose makes the not Mose. Ned makes the argument. Sun is good for us. We run on the sun. Vitamin D is good for your hair and teeth. Don't you know this, Mr. Sweeney, scientist? And he's like, yes, I know
Sweeney
this,
didn't
Mr.
know.
Ned.
Sweeney didn't.
What? The sun is good?
What? No, he plays it off though like he knew. He's like, "Oh yes, very good."
Of course I knew that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have class outside. Sometimes Sweeney wants to. He has to gain favor with the class because a lot of the times he's a real motherfucker.
Well, he likes gaining favor specifically with Ned because he knows that's truly all he needs in order to gain favor with the rest of the class.
Yes,
because Ned is the man of the people.
Ned is the shaman.
He is the shaman. He's the shaman. He's the Mayan calendar reader.
And that's when Crubbs comes in. He gets flattened out because the whole class storms outside. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, what are these flowers and plants?" And Ned's just basking in the sun.
He just needed the heat.
And he actually does kiss Missy.
He does because she comes over to him again and she's like, "Let's just kiss." And he's like, "All right." He's
What's
like,
one
he's
spring
like,
kiss?
Yeah,
because that's a thing.
It's a thing. It's not.
And then right as they kiss, Mose steps out, watches the kiss.
Yeah, well, she says, "Ned, I need to tell you something." And then she sees the kiss happen. Because she was about to say, "I like you."
But again, I was saying Mose should know that that's basically a non-consensual kiss.
Yes.
Even though, Ned relented. Yes, he relented to the harassment and abuse that
It was a lot of harassment.
that Missy was
she harasses
subjecting him to.
nonstop.
I don't want to call it rape, but almost.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not pure. It's not clean.
No.
It's not right.
Amen, brother.
But
that's
it happens.
That's the webisode. Oh, also,
and Fayman comes and
Fayman
goes
kisses Mose.
Yeah, Fayman
and
kisses
she's like,
Mose.
"Better," and he's like, "I've been doing lip ups." better, but not good. Just better than awful.
Yeah, exactly. Not completely shit.
Better than dog shit.
I don't know, man. What are you giving this one?
Honestly, talking about it brings me down a lot of pegs.
There was nothing there.
There was nothing to talk about at all. That's why most of it was sidetrack.
It was crazy.
I'm going to go 5 out of 10.
Damn, I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, 5 out of 10 weasels. You know, it had to be
Alright.
done. I thought about a 4.5, but I was thinking in the back of my head, that's too harsh.
Yeah, that is too harsh. No, 5 though.
Yeah.
Is right on the money.
5 out of 10. You hate to see it. You hate to hear it.
Especially in a part 1. Usually part 1, sometimes, not always, but sometimes.
Not always. They've been deviating from that, I feel.
For a while, we were on a part 1 is better than part 2 tear.
And it was regardless, yeah.
It was like all of season 2 was that way.
Maybe even season 1. But yeah, the second part is school newspaper. Mr. Monroe is fucking back. Man we had semi-forgotten about.
Completely forgot about him.
Also, where's
Didn't miss him.
Principal Wright?
Principal Wright is
He has been
AFK.
AFK for a while. You know?
yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I do not know. But Mr. Monroe apparently was spending some time in Antarctica with the penguins.
Yeah.
He has a parka on still when he comes in. He takes it off. He reveals himself
Yeah.
out the hood.
They should have thrown like a Thing reference in there or something. They didn't though. They decided against it.
Something.
For how many references this show likes to dole out? No love for Carpenter.
True. I don't know.
And I think that's kind of fucked up in and of itself.
Because they like 80s stuff with the Miami
Yeah.
Vice references. I don't know. But he comes in hot
There it is.
on the idea of bringing the school newspaper back. That's
He
like
does.
his
I don't understand
first
why.
off. It's like he's not talking about sewing club. He's not talking about life science. He's not talking about what was it? What else did he do? He did like 3 other things.
Yeah, but he is coming back to teach life science. We find out.
Well, he's the life science teacher.
Has that class just been like untaught? Like this is spring. It's not even the beginning of the school year. How could this even be the case?
I don't know.
How could he be allowed to come back right now?
Nobody missed it.
Nobody wanted that class.
No,
That class, you went there for the easy A.
You go there to feel uncomfortable.
Yes. What was Cookie and Ned's group called again? They were like the
alternative family.
Yeah, the alternative family.
Yeah,
That was good. That's good.
that's very California.
That's good early 2000s comedy too.
He's like, the press is mightier than the sword.
We find out that Ned is running. He's gonna run the newspaper. I think I missed why
He's
that was the case.
He's news director.
Why though? I missed it.
He's the only one that volunteered.
Did he volunteer, or was he voluntold?
He was sold a bill of he he was sold like, you're gonna be the fucking man, Ned, if you do the newspaper.
Ned does like power.
And Ned's like, I want to write the ink of freedom, because he's the tips.
Yeah. Do you think there was a section in the nixpaper about tips? They didn't mention it, but it felt like there should have been.
It would have been a no-brainer. Ned should have slid his tips in the newspaper for sure. He should have had his own little...
Yeah.
Nix the horoscope. Nobody wants that.
Tip of the week.
Tip of the week would be a better use of that column space.
And then, you could even, you have the burn, and then he gives a tip. Like, I mean, what's the tip he has?
How you going to put this song in the newspaper?
You write it in. You write in the ska version of that song.
Yeah, and also we remember from the yearbook episode the character Scoop something or other.
Yeah,
but he was a
Scoop
newsie.
McGovern, or whatever his name was.
He had a goddamn fedora with a fucking white thing on it, and he was always taking pictures. He's like, the Scoop
McAllister.
Scoop McFuckface.
Had to be Mick something.
Yeah, he was Irish.
They always are.
I don't know, but where's that guy at? He was like, he had to have been a 6th grader at that point. He was so small.
He was really tiny, and I loved his accent that he did. He did like a classic
mid-Atlantic accent.
Yeah, the mid-Atlantic accent you hear in all the old movies. You know?
Yeah. But he wasn't in this one. Whatever.
No, he's dead. He died in a car
And the
accident.
school newspaper is called The Howler.
Great name.
For the Wolves?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's not a good name. That's a pretty sick name.
I mean, what do they call it? They're gonna call it the poker, the polker.
Polka Heads.
James K. Polker.
You could just call it like Polk Weekly.
JK PMS Weekly.
Yeah, you could call it anything. The Howler's good though. I like it.
Ned's like, you should join your school newspaper. Here's a tip. You can learn. You don't need to be the best at anything. You're going to learn how to read, write, take pictures.
Yeah, I think at least you got to have some sort of passion for the journalistic arts.
Yeah. I mean, like, I did for like a very short while in 8th grade, they had a school, like, little news thing. It wasn't a newspaper. It was like
a news rag,
production.
a manifesto.
They would actually run it on the TV.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. We had that in like elementary.
That's crazy.
And high school. I don't remember it in middle school though. I don't think we had
That's
it.
right. They did do it in high school. That's right.
I have no idea why we were not a part of that. It makes no sense.
We were like, that's fucking lame.
We
dude.
were kind of like, that's mainstream as fuck. We were more into guerrilla filmmaking.
Yeah, we're not into fucking. What are you gonna read a story to me?
I mean, we barely wanted to go to film club.
Or we just gonna keep the camera here,
mainstream.
and then it's gonna go over there. It's like, no. The camera has to follow you through the hallway.
Yeah, you have to do a tracking shot on foot, bitch, with no gimbal, no gimbal at all.
Right, but he basically Ned. He realizes no one else wants to do the newspaper. He can't do the fucking whole newspaper himself. He's going to recruit his friends. He actually uses a butterfly net to catch his friends.
Yeah.
First, he gets Mose. Mose is going to be a journalist because she's good at asking pointed questions.
She's
apparently.
not.
She's actually notoriously bad at that.
She wimps out every single time there's a big interview and Ned has to push her for it.
Right.
Why doesn't he just do it?
He doesn't see that in himself, I guess.
He likes just the power.
He likes to tell people what to do. He's like, I'm calling the shots.
They should have given him a big cigar.
He's J. Jonah Jameson.
And suspenders with the high-waisted pants, you know?
At a flat top and a mustache.
He needs to be rounder.
Yeah.
I was picturing him more as the like boss from Double Indemnity. Do you remember what that guy looks like?
A little bit. That's an insurance company, though.
It is, yeah. He's an insurance boss. But that's what the look I'm picturing.
Yeah. We get Evelyn Kwan reappears. She's been
AFK for a bit. Not gonna lie on that one.
She's like, I'm gonna ask you one more time to go out for pizza, Cookie.
And he can't say yes.
He's like, please leave me alone.
Also, it's like they can't pick a thing to do with Cook because like he's now it's the Kwong thing, and last episode it was the Lisa. It's like
he's either running away from Kwan or he's running toward Lisa. Remember when he was running toward Vanessa?
I remember her.
She's long out of his head.
She's like a sophomore in high school by this
It's true. It's true.
Know?
Yeah.
She hasn't thought about him. She doesn't even remember she like even talked to him.
No.
Grandma's dead.
Damn.
She's probably Cook pushed her down the stairs 2 times.
No, but she's tough.
That's true. She's
tough
got
as
iron
nails.
bones. She's probably in an iron lung.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. She has polio.
Is that what they use those for?
I think so.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I believe so. But yeah, Ned kind of saves him from that Evelyn Kwan interaction by netting him, getting him out of there.
And he becomes a horoscope genie. Is that what they call them? Genies?
A lord.
But spelled like DJ.
He's a lord of the horoscope.
I
don't know. He's a seer. He's a soothsayer.
seer's good. Yeah, I like that.
I don't know. A bullshit artist.
When people write horoscopes, where do they get the information from?
The planets, the stars, the ether.
Yeah.
That surrounds us.
That's good. I like that.
The Gregorian calendar, as well as the Zodiac calendar, and maybe the Mayan calendar.
I thought the Mayan calendar ended. Didn't it end in 2012?
It begins a new cycle.
Also,
right?
how does it end?
I think it just begins a new cycle.
Do you remember all that shit from 2012?
Yeah, 2012 was a good time.
I remember stores having end of the world sales.
Some say 2012 was a great year.
Do they?
I would say it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was fine. We were having a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's writing horoscopes, but he's writing them for himself. He's being very selfish about it. He's not thinking about the people.
Well, at first he's like, all right, he's
still not thinking about it.
He's just jerking
pranking
off.
them.
He's like, Geminis are gonna hop the class if you're a Gemini.
Yeah, he's like, hop the class.
And then we cut to every, like, you see a kid in the background just jumping, and then Missy actually comes bouncing around the corner, And then Cookie's like, "Are you a Gemini?" She's like, "Of course I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
Gotta hop to class."
I mean, honestly, of course she's a Gemini.
Gemini mood. It's like, is she even trying to get with Ned in this episode?
No.
Total Gemini.
She forgot about it.
Yeah.
She already kissed him. That part is done.
But before that, we didn't actually talk about Hal E Burton, the what is he? The administrator, like headed. What the fuck was his position?
We didn't even look him up.
We didn't.
Fuck! I swear to God, he's from one of those like '80s family sitcoms. You know.
I mean, you might be right.
Like Growing Pains or something like that.
Alan Thicke is his name.
He's from stuff.
Let me try and see what he's done.
What's his most popular?
It says he's a Canadian actor.
Okay.
Alan yeah, Growing Pains.
It was Growing Pains. Fucking try me on the trivia.
That's crazy. His name's Alan Thicke, and he's also maybe related to Robin Thicke.
Is he? Don't people hate
I
Robin
think so.
Thicke?
Well, he seems like he might be a little bit of a douchebag, but he brought the whole world that one chick naked.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever the fuck her name is.
Emily something.
Rajkowski. It's like some weird Polish name.
It's very Polish.
But anyway, this guy's an asshole. He's like, he's going around with his little Acme cronies.
Yeah, I love that they always
Crubbs.
use Acme.
Yeah.
It's full cartoon.
It's very cartoony. Total Warner Bros.
Yeah, how'd they get him? Big name.
Well, not in 2007, right?
You think this was towards the end of his career? Is he still acting? Is he still around?
He might have passed away. I don't know. I didn't look
Fuck,
it up.
rip. If that's the case.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the fact or not.
But,
yeah,
no.
he plays basically like if you've seen a Max Keeble's Big Move, he plays like that type of scenario where it's like they're mishandling funds.
The big wig. He's like, we've got all this money coming in from the taxpayers. I'm going to put it to me.
Yeah.
And this one.
Remember in that movie they had like the dude's jock strap like in a fucking trophy case? Remember that?
Yeah, doesn't he like, he licks it or smells it or something?
Yeah, he does some sort of sick, disgusting thing with it.
And then everybody else is like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's a great movie.
We're going to have to do.
Just a one-off.
Have you not done. You haven't brought that on Show Me Something.
They've seen it. Well,
they've seen
Trevor's definitely seen it.
Trevor's seen it.
I think that was not of Will's time.
You got to show it to Will, though.
I don't think Trevor will bring it with me.
What? He's
we love that movie.
He only does anime
No
now?
one else on earth loves that movie.
It's a good movie. It's very fun.
And like Ked.
It's hilarious. It's a ridiculous movie. Whatever. But he's like trying to do. He's like, we got to put change the water heater, do this and that. There's blah blah blah. He's a bunch of arbitrary stuff.
Bunch of dog shit things.
Meanwhile, the whole episode, tiles are falling out of the ceiling.
Well, and before that, we get the tip that kids are fucking dying of food poisoning. 30 kids dead in a week.
Wow, they
And so
vomited. They got dysentery.
Yeah, so they go to a lunch lady. She makes a reappearance. Haven't seen her in a minute. No beans. She doesn't say it's in the beans.
That's a missed opportunity.
She should have. They should have just had poisoned beans.
Yeah.
It's in the beans, baby. And then no, she said it's bad bananas. She holds up the bananas.
They
These
were black
bananas
bananas.
are stinky. Yeah, they were as if you painted them black. Like I've never seen a banana like that before.
They might have been platanos.
You think so?
They're good to fry. I don't know.
Well, she was acting like they were no good to eat anymore, so.
Apparently they were tainted. Tainted nannies.
And you hate to see it because nanners are an important part of everyone's diet.
Yeah. That happens. The rat thing. Sweeney has a rat.
Oh right, yeah. I liked the one line that was in there. It was Sweeney's got a new rat thing. And it's a fucking hamster.
It was a hamster, wasn't it? It had a name too. It was like, did you remember what the name was?
Yeah, I wrote it down. It is it's Marmaduke.
Marmaduke the hamster.
Yeah. Because my notes ended up being like the headlines that they were gonna do. So like my headlines that I've got written here is Tilegate or Meet Marmaduke.
Yeah.
And Horoscope and Bad Bananas. Those were the lines that I had written down.
Do them all. Why not do them all?
Yeah, those are all great. Those are all great headlines.
But I guess you got to have one front page.
Horoscope is pretty good. That's pretty well done for like.
Was that is that just Is that a hit piece on Cookie? Like,
Well, it's because they killed him, so it's his obituary / hit piece.
Damn.
Yeah.
Seth has some good lines in this episode. We have to shout out Seth.
Seth does have some good lines. He's pretty dumb. He has the great line that when they're trying to figure out how many papers he printed when he printed the newspaper with a photo of Mr. Monroe in it.
Mr. Monroe
Yeah,
gives them
go ahead,
tips.
yeah.
He gives them the tip that look at the maintenance budget, and they find out that like $20,000 of the maintenance budget is just like evaporated. It's going to be used to put a pool into this dude into the Hal E Burton's backyard. And Mr. Monroe's like, run the story
Halle
with me
Berry's
anonymously, and it's like, the blacked out like deep throat picture.
Yeah, it's a play on Deep Throat. It's Deep
And
Wolf.
before this, Seth comes in when he's doing. It's actually Deep Wolf.
Yeah.
Is the name that Mr. Monroe uses. He's telling the tip in the life science classroom. Lights are off. Seth busts in, turns the lights on. Everybody sees it's Mr. Monroe. He's like, it was dark. I couldn't see.
He's very concerned with the lighting.
And then the same thing happens with the picture in the story. They're going to use a picture that obscures his identity. Seth just runs it with a picture of Mr. Monroe.
Like a really clear photo.
He's like, I didn't put your name. I just used a picture of you.
Yeah. He doesn't understand.
It was so dark. And then he says, how many did you print?
Yeah, he says he printed 12, and then he's like, no, 400.
I think I printed like 12. No, wait. 400. It was great.
It's such great line delivery. It's like so ridiculous.
At some point, before that, he's like, we have free speech granted to us by the Statue of Liberty.
And that honestly is like true enough, I think.
Well, it's from the Constitution.
Yeah, but I think it's
the Bill
fine.
of Rights.
I think it's fine to say it's by the Statue of Liberty. You know?
We did realize Cookie is wearing Velcro shoes.
He is like an old ass man.
Or a child.
Yeah, these were like old man ones though. Because child ones would have like some flames on the side.
It's like an old man that like his hands are so seized up by arthritis.
He's got osteoporosis.
Yeah. You got to just...
He's been breathing in asbestos his whole life.
Asbestos used to be common.
Lead paint.
Doesn't it have... There's asbestos
My
outside?
siding is asbestos, yeah. It's only bad if you pierce it. I'm not piercing it.
You're not you're no snow piercer.
I'm not a piercer, yeah. Snowpiercer is a great movie.
Leo, the next horoscope that we want to talk about, Cookie decides to tell the Leos out there to beat up Loomer.
Yeah, Leos in particular. You think he looked up and like to try to find out
who's aggressive?
Who's the Leos? No, who in the school, so he could see if they've got some strength.
I don't think he ever thought that far.
He just picked it. He picked one.
He's like Leo, Virgo, Schmergo, whatever the fuck. Who cares?
Yeah, Borgo, whatever the new one is, fucking.
Yeah. No, I don't think he put that much thought into it. I think he was almost doing it randomly. Maybe.
Yeah. No mention of Libras.
It gets to the point where he just writes the same thing for everybody, and that's when everybody finds him.
Yeah, everybody gets the same horoscope. I almost said periscope,
which is to give Cookie gifts.
Yeah, just gifts.
Give Cookie a gift today, and he's got his It'd be good if he had like a turban on and he had
a wizard hat
and a crystal ball,
oh, that'd be good. Yeah, like pondering my orb,
like a TV. Call-in psychic.
Yeah, that'd be good. Are there call-in psychics?
There were.
I'd work for a call-in psychic.
You've never seen that trope?
No. A call-in psychic?
It's like, they have a TV show. They go, call in 1-800 and have your fortune read. Yeah.
Does those still exist?
I don't know if they still exist.
Can you get the yellow pages anymore?
I don't know, but I mean, if you're like someone that named your business, like, we're AAA towing. We're
quadruple A,
Yeah, it's like... nobody looks up stuff alphabetically like that anymore. So
it's crazy that was the thing they did in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
It's low. They were going to low hanging fruit.
Yeah, low bar.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Newspaper people. Good newspaper people get in trouble. They're like, we got to run the story and tell them about the mismanagement of the school maintenance funds because, I don't know if we talked about the falling tiles. Crubbs gets not Crubbs, but Gordy gets hit.
Gordy gets hit multiple
Sweeney
times.
Gets
it
nailed.
kills Gordy, kills Sweeney.
Never be the same again. Brain damage, trauma,
Yeah.
concussed.
I think Ned gets hit.
Does he?
I think so.
Damn. Right in the prime of his
the
life.
ceiling tiles are all fucked up. Gordy even he says it, but I don't believe him. He says that he was gonna fix him.
I was gonna fix them if they gave me the money, and then he gets blasted.
I think that was God telling him that he's a liar.
Don't lie.
Don't lie. The clouds part, calling back, to Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah. No, Gordy was just covering his ass trying to act like he was going to work sometime.
Well, because he knows he's being recorded. There's microphones all over the school.
Crubbs probably does have microphones all over the
He
school.
bugs it because that's what detectives do. They bug, a room.
And Mr. Wright's like, what are you doing? You got to get consent. He's like, not in the state of California.
Yeah, not in the state. Vice Principal Powell was fine with it. I think he let him waterboard kids, honestly.
There was a part where I get Hal confronts. So the papers get out there, the circulated papers with incriminating Mr. Monroe as the fucking rat, if you want to call him that.
Rat.
Yeah, and then he's the informant, the source.
Deep throat, deep wolf.
He definitely deep throats dudes.
That's true, probably. I don't know.
And then, but yeah, they try and retrieve all 400 copies of papers. They get them, they put them in a big recycling bin. One copy flying through the school like it's a goddamn, like it's got a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Cookie's like, get it! Ah! He dives after it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh shit! And it actually gets right into the hand of Hal. No, Crubbs. Crubbs gets it.
Yeah, because it goes to Crubbs.
Crubbs steps on it.
But Hal's already read it because when he walks over to him, he knows what it is. He says, "We need all these shredded."
Yeah, he does act like he knows what it is.
Like he somehow was able to read it. You think one of those kids was like his inside man?
I don't know. I don't know how he figured that out. But
he had to have some sort of knowledge.
That's what you would think. But basically, like you said, Crubbs gets it. Then Hal gets it. Hal throws it promptly into the shredder, which is always omnipresent.
Yeah. Well, it comes along with him, with the Acme boys.
It's part of his posse. It's like his R2-D2.
Yeah, exactly. It's his R2-D2.
He actually he throws Crubbs' suit into the shredder, which is fucked up.
Just his jacket.
Just his jacket.
But Crubbs looks so fucked up with just his shirt on, tucked in with a really thin belt, the white slacks.
You just, yeah, like I say, like it's just like a dad T-shirt basically.
It's horrible.
Yeah. It wasn't like a super neon pastel one either.
No, it was like a light blue. It was a baby blue.
Yeah.
Different blue than the one I'm wearing though.
But that probably was the final straw for Crubbs. He's like, all right, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And then Hal pulls out the blueprints. He's like, shred these two I read it. Crubbs snatches them out of his hand.
Yeah.
And it looks at it, immediately realizes this is for your pool.
How did Crubbs never get a good look of it when they were walking around before?
He was just trying to smooze him. He was trying to get he's trying to get money.
Schmooze and booze?
He's trying to support his donut addiction, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
His powdered donut addiction.
Yeah, so he busts him, and then they run
Which is an expensive habit.
They run their headline. I don't remember what it was.
Tilegate, or no?
It might have been Tilegate,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, Tilegate was the one before that.
They went with something else, right? I don't know what the fuck they said.
Something fucking jerk off mismanages funds.
Tiles for pool backyard thing. It's like
Tilegate was the original.
It's like, well, did this guy go to jail?
I think he had to have been behind bars.
The children.
He stole 20 grand. I don't know how he built it. I guess it was $2007, but 20 grand seems low.
Well, I don't know if it was a new pool or if he was just renovating an existing pool.
Regardless, I think.
I mean, if you're retiling a pool, that's not a cheap thing to do. With fancy tiles?
Well, he went with a fancy tile, and it was a heated pool because there was a water heater involved.
Oh, yeah. So there wasn't even a map of the school that they were looking at. It was all just the pool.
Yeah.
Damn. Must have been a big pool.
I think it was probably a pretty sick pool.
It was probably a sick pool.
I think it was probably modeled after like the Playboy Mansion pool.
Yeah,
it's got a cave.
It has a grotto.
Yeah, it's got to.
And like a hot tub area.
Yeah, it's
little
got
waterfall.
The tiles were in the shape of the Playboy bunny.
It comes stocked with bimbos,
babes.
I mean, yeah. So that scandal is found out. Everybody finds out Cookie is the horoscope scam artist that he is.
Yeah. And they all bought him weapon gifts.
Yeah.
Like it was a bat, it was a mace, and a pitchfork.
Horribly disfiguring weapons if used correctly and properly.
Yeah. If wielded by the right combatant.
Yeah.
You know?
I was saying it. I mean, he finds himself 1v a mob of people armed like the people from the Anchorman fight.
Yeah, exactly. Great fight.
Someone
One of the
has a
greatest
trident.
fights in all of cinema.
Yeah.
You know?
A guy on a horse.
Yeah. That man had a trident. And fucking what's his name? Steve Carell's got a grenade, right?
A grenade and a mace.
Yeah.
A flail.
Or didn't he kill the guy with the trident?
Yeah.
He threw it through his chest.
Yeah. He's like, you should probably.
You should lay low for a while.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Great line.
I mean, that's the end of the episode, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about the blooper. One of the bloopers. Missy grabs Ned, and he claims that she grabbed his nipples.
I think he was just.
He's trying to make her
I think
feel.
he was just
he's
joking
trying to be,
around.
He's trying to be cute.
Yeah, he's trying to be kind of silly, kind of quirky, you know.
He's like, "What if I grabbed your nipples?"
That's when they cut, though. The camera gets cut. What if I? And then it cuts. I think I'm just gonna give it a. I think it's gonna go 6 out of 10. I think it is better than the first part, but I don't think it's anything that's too great.
Yeah. No, I wrote 6 out of 10 right before you said that. So,
people are gonna think we're lying, man.
No, man, this is like, it's objective.
Yeah, this is what it is.
It's not.
No, I think the net heads in the nation.
This is empirical.
I think they know too that that's just what it is.
I mean, compared to last week's episode or whatever you want to call it, last episode.
Yeah.
It was actually apparently an air date a month later.
Yeah. It was a huge gap.
It was like this was May, right?
But we didn't miss any. There's just a big gap.
Maybe that was enough time for Ned to cool down. He jerked off after kissing Mose, obviously.
You have to have clarity. Post-nut clarity. We talked about it in that episode.
Yeah, and this
At
is
length.
It's, you know, this is like the emergence of that in his psyche, you know, as a young man.
Yeah, because he's not even thinking about anything, honestly. He's just thinking about spring and then newspapers, running a newspaper.
He's got these tasks thrust upon him by the world. It's like, what are you going to do?
Well, he's a busy man. But that's pretty much the episode. Thanks for coming over to the house and recording live. Thank you guys for watching.
If only it was a better episode set, but what can you do? That's the whole thing.
Hopefully we'll be able to get some more guests on too before it ends. I think we have 3 episodes after this one. I think there's 3 more.
Crazy. We'll probably try to do them all the rest in person, maybe. So
that'd be good. I'd be down.
I think it's probably gonna be because I'm gonna be down here. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys for the next Ned Pod.
Stay Ned.
Peace.
From the Prunes.
You don't have the soundboard?
I'll have to add that in post.